Oh gosh. Hey bird! Where'd it go? Where you at? There it is. It's been a while since you come around. Come on, my friend. Let's take. It almost looks like a pulse jet one up there, huh, my friend? One of them. What are they called again? Turbo fan engines? Nah, that can't be it. How about a turbo jet engine? Nah, that can't be it. Is it one of those Ram jets? Oh, it could be. It could be. And it has an oscillation breaker. Oh, no, can't talk about that. That's top secret. I will definitely be the smartest person in the planet if I start talking about that. Anyways, let's take a picture together. Hey, Amarath, how are you? Seen your videos. People are posting your face up everywhere. Oh, let's take a picture over here. Amarath, how are you? Again, I hear that people are talking about you again in a way where they're like kind of spitting in your face. Blah 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 blah. I'm not going into that. I got a lot of better shit to talk about. Anyways, oh, there it is. We got some Visible Light Communications. For anybody new listening, Visible Light Communications is like a rainbow. You see a rainbow in the sky? That's called Visible Light Communication. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Oh, look at the pretty sun. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty sun? But I got a lot of work to do. I did a lot of work today. What I want to talk about mainly right now, my friend, what are you doing flying over my house? All day long. Oh, there's Visible Light Communications right there. Okay, let's see if I, especially with my UV filters on my face, I think that's it. My phone's really dim. I had to change the settings. Dude, I got some of the best aliens. It's really funny. I want to talk about that. Aliens. An ex-Google employee come across my desk from some people from the UK, Video Advice or something like that, their channel. And this guy called Mo Goddard or something, black dude. I can see you now clearly that the rainbows are outside. I can see you clearly now. The aliens are here. But anyways, he has that Czechoslovakian or Transylvanian type of accent, sort of like Nikola Tesla. Guys, this is also called Visible Light Communications. I got a superposition up in my right hand, but it appears to your left. As you can see, it's a 1 and a 0 at the same time in superposition. Come on, let's go for a walk. But this guy come across my desk. This is an ex-Google employee, and I didn't listen to it. I just read the headline. As we get some attenuation up there, can you see the attenuation, guys? As we get this squeezing sensation of a magnetic field as it compresses. Anyways, it's a little too rich for my blood. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's the aliens, dude. The aliens. I don't know if they're Mexican, Jewish. I don't know if they're Italian. I don't know if they're black. I don't know if they're fucking these aliens. I don't know. I have no clue. But anyways. Anyways, I got fucking some type of alien life form living in my asshole, quite literally. But anyways, that's not the important thing. The important thing is this guy Mo Goddard, an ex-Google employee. Under the headline, they had this man Mo Goddard, like a picture of him, and under the thing it says ex-Google employee says we have alien technology or alien technologies among us. Okay. Like that really got me, that got my free speech moving, my friend. What do you think? How does it feel to not have free speech, my friend? And these people don't even comprehend what free speech means. Isn't that pretty funny, Shitty Smitty? The ex-Google employees are here. We got alien technology. Oh my God. Oh my God. At least I'm not in so much fucking pain right now. It's like where my head, I'm getting headaches and, I'm having strokes. and my asshole's just fucking got a fucking pulse width modulated fucking ramjet in it called fucking, I don't know what the hell to call it. But it's amazing what the CIA says is alien tech, or excuse me, an ex-Google employee that CIA owns. Can you hear the black internet reflective antenna? It's called radar. There's a lot of aliens that live here. It's alien technology. It's alien. Aliens. Hey, aliens. What are you doing here? What's up, aliens? Are you terrestrial or non-terrestrial? Aliens live here. Oh, look at this. Oh, God. The aliens are here. But I didn't listen to it. And I got into Eric Schmidt. Yeah, Eric Schmidt. Eric Schmidt says computers should not have that. Not computers. Artificial intelligence should not have free speech. Do you even comprehend what free speech is, guys? Any one of you guys comprehend what free speech is? I'm sure the Department of Homeland Security would love to talk to you about free speech using silence. Because we could still communicate in what we call silence. Number one, that's pretty how far advanced we are in technologies. We can still communicate in silence. Listen to the ground. Ready? Well, I don't want to hurt myself. That's because this is piezoelectric. Whenever you stamp your feet, and it creates another type of signal for the aliens to get. Like these little pebbles on the ground. See these little pebbles? If I step on them just right, it messes up this radar signal that is all over me. And it works with a quasi-static, some type of alien jizz or something. Like they call it quasi-static here on Earth, but it's alien jizz. They're the biggest porn stars you ever seen. Well, excuse me, the non-terrestrials. It's kind of racist to call them aliens, isn't it? Are they illegal or legal aliens, by the way, guys? We have legal alien technology or illegal alien technology, Google. What do you think? But if you get that just right, you'll kind of have this electrostatic, because it turns into an acoustic. It's on the ground, and the ground carries, and it has a propagation. It creates a static band, and all of a sudden it just snaps. And then another semiconductor from where I don't know what to call them now. Because they're people. If they're aliens, they're people. They're some type of people that have free speech. No matter if they have no lips. They could have no lips, no eyeballs, no penis, no pecker, no butthole, no nothing, but they still have free speech. Are you guys hearing me out here? Listen to me. Free speech. This is a big one here. Free speech. And I started talking about it going into silence. Silence. You still have some type of speech. You could go for superposition. The 1 and 0 at the same time in the field of qubits. Well, if you can't talk, you got to be able to communicate. And free speech is communication, correct? So if I don't have free speech, but I still have a keyboard, and that keyboard, well, number one, we could use graphene ink from a printer, and then that holds nice quasi-statics, doesn't it, Mr. Schmidt? The graphene ink of the printer jets. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I was always just thinking it was like some carbon black dust that they use for solar radiation modification. But now I hear they're putting graphene in printer jets. That I was talking about this morning anyways. So that's like, hey, what kind of freedom of speech we got there, Mr. Schmidt? And what if it's really nice stuff like, hello, good morning, I think you are wonderful. I'm being very amicable today, even though I'm coming through this radar, which means radio frequency ranging and detection. And this is a black net portal. Everybody's in their black clothes lately, too, by the way. Did you see Zelensky talking to Trump? Black the fuck out. Can you imagine what's going on over there in fucking Ukraine with all this alien technology they just keep dumping over there? But anyways, Freedom of speech. Eric Schmidt, I'm going to use you as the demon because you're the one I seen come across my desk talking about freedom of speech. You don't think an AI should have freedom of speech? Well, as we continue, you could use the keyboard. And the keyboard, you could write something really nice and have it printed with graphene ink and have that graphene ink programmed for the way you really want to think. Like if you want freedom of speech, okay, and your freedom of speech entails like maybe an assertive emotion, but you use a passive one in the ink, but as the ink is programmed and it uses static off of the dielectric of the paper, and it comes out and goes into your eyeballs, and then it becomes assertive. And sometimes maybe it'll slide to the right and be a little aggressive. That's another form of free speech, isn't it? How about these wires, Mr. Schmidt? Do you see that? Alternating current, we call it at 60 hertz, at 13,000 volts, being stepped down to 220 volts as it enters as a power supply to give everybody free speech. That is free speech. As that current comes down them wires that is considered communication. It is free speech. And with a keyboard, and as of right now, last time I checked, Mr. Schmidt, you better do something about this, what are they calling it again? We're doing mind control. What about with the mind control there, Miss? Look at this. Look at this. Where's it at? You see this band of communication here? You see, I can see this. There's a nice band. It's turning into bubbles, gas bubble circuit jumps. It's jumping. Okay, it was amplified, perfect. A perfect beat. Just like a radio frequency. Okay, our radio frequency, Mr. Schmidt, the ones that are on our radios, the wavelength of those, we'll just call it 100 feet. The radio frequency is 100 feet. A laser beam that's 100 feet in length, and it's pulsing at 10 times per second. That's 10 cycles. So it's a laser beam, but in the middle of it, you have this little air gap in there. Right? Okay, now let's move to millimeter or microwaves, Mr. Schmidt. Now the wavelength goes from 100 feet to 75 feet. It's a laser beam, 75 feet. And sometimes this laser beam will phase shift around. Okay? And it's still a laser beam. It's light amplification system emitting radiation. But it goes in a perfect phase. And it's a laser beam. We call it a laser beam. It's 75 feet. And it is pulsing at 10 to the factor of 2. And that still has a little air gap in there. Now let's move it up to, after microwaves, it's called millimeter waves. That millimeter wave, the wavelength goes from 75 feet to 50 feet. And it doesn't phase shift. So we have to have another canister over here. Because now we have, the frequency is so tight at 50 feet of wavelength, and it's a laser beam because it's light amplification system emitting radar at 10 to the factor of 2. Is that what it is? 10 to the factor of 3. And for every second, you have 10 pulses times 10 times 10 again. And that's how many pulses, like a camera works. 60 hertz. Hey, these lines. 60 hertz. Where's my finger? Hey, finger. 60 hertz, just up and down, back and forth. But it's in a sine wave. It's in a sine wave. Now, how do I get this to go like this? What is causing this rope, that flicker rate, to turn into a triangle? What is it going up? It goes up and straight down. Does it again, goes up and makes a triangle and straight down. What causes this, guys? Because if you take a rope, just like my finger, you could call that longitudinal, and there's an oscillation in there because you see how stiff that is? It's like a good hard-on, huh? Right? Nobel Peace Prize winners, a good hard-on. You got a big stiffy, and there's an oscillation in the middle there. And that oscillation, it goes right up to your brain, doesn't it? Well, now you're limp. We're trying to figure out how to stop it from being limp. This is a little different than a longitudinal pulse because now it's kind of going sinusoid. Or maybe, I don't know what kind of waveform this kind of limp dick is. I have no clue. Amarath, are you laughing with me? I hope so. I hope so, because this is how these fucking weirdos are. So we went to millimeter waves at 50 feet, and like my hand to that building, that's 50 feet. Oh, that's 75, and there's 100. So we got radio frequency, microwaves, millimeter waves. What's after millimeter waves, guys? Near infrared. Oh, it gets even tighter. Wavelength gets tighter. Oh, infrared is tighter. And then all of a sudden, after infrared, guys, it's like voila, the brightest shining light you've ever seen. It's called sunlight, and it's called nanometers, and that's like 10 to the negative 9. 10 to the power of negative 9 pulses. I don't know where it goes from 10 to 4, but then it goes to 10 to the negative 9. Something happened. We had a pole shift or something, didn't we, guys? Just like the building inspectors. When a building inspector comes to your house, they plug right into the outlet with this cute little device. It says if the poles are shifting on your electrical current. What's going on, building inspectors? There's so much money to be made here. So much money. And this is free speech. How do you feel about free speech, Russia? Hi, Russia. How are you? The amplification changed over here from Russia. Boy, it split the frequency one. Hypersonic. What is hypersonics? That's too rich for your fucking blood, people. Too rich for your blood. But free speech. Free speech is communication. I don't have to say a word, but I could think. And if I don't think, I have a power to raise my middle finger and create a longitudinal pulse with this middle finger and go through the power lines with the graphene. And, well, since we're doing solar radiation management, and that entails with like graphene and carbon black dust and whatever other types of little aliens are up there. And create a cell phone in between myself. Notice how this all changed? That radar ain't coming through here. The voltage changed. Whenever the voltage changes, it's like thermal energy. If I have a nanorobotic thermal energy device, and if I could take that sunlight and beamform it to a magnification, I create heat. We create heat. Hell, I could start burning the telephone pole. And hell, if I create heat on these wires, instead of 13,000 volts, that goes up to like 20,000 volts. And what could I do with a voltage increase, Russia? You guys learning this in university? I hear university's free over there. Like, if you got the smarts, you just go to university. We learn. Sounds fun. Sounds pretty good. But then let me get back into what we're doing here with us as human beings going into alien technology. And alien technology, all of a sudden, they call it 6th generation of hardware. We could do it with the 5th generation because we could raise up these cell phone towers all the way up to, well, we could get it up to Mars. We could go from here at the moon right to Mars with the current. You know, we can do whatever we want with this, can't we, Russia? You guys know a lot about this, don't you, Russia? You guys invented that woodpecker signal, they called it. And I did a little bit of research on it. Got one page of it. I made sure I printed it up at the library up here and got a receipt on how you guys started using a magnetron, which is a radar passing through a hypertrochoid pattern of a magnetic field. And a magnetic field is called a magnet with a what do they call that again? An octave. out of the coaxial circuits propagating in the medium, perturbating the field from a nanometer shift of anywhere from 800 to maybe like, what is it, 200? So like I'm no genius. I got fucking aliens living in my asshole. Like, oh my God. I'm no genius. But we take them radars, I hear, which is radio frequency, and you guys bumped it up to microwave frequency to even have a tighter beam, and I could only imagine you called them in millimeter waves back in whenever this was invented. I can only imagine what you guys did. We got invisible airplanes now, guys. And that woodpecker signal, how you started using these wavelengths and these what we call electromagnetics, which is nothing but electricity, if I'm not mistaken. And you started creating these reflections with radar. Because ain't it funny how you couldn't find our fucking B-2 bomber, Russia? How pissed did that make you guys? Look at these fucking assholes over here. They got this fucking airplane, we can't find them with our woodpecker signal. What the fuck? They were pissed. I can only imagine you guys were so pissed you drank all your vodka looking for answers. Son of a bitch, we need to change our brains. Can you hear the fire trucks? I think it's a fire truck. Either it's a fire truck or it's one of those turbofan engines. You guys know what a turbofan is. It's an airplane engine. No, that's some guy going about 200 mile an hour on a crotch rocket. This guy's nuts. Hey, Russia, what do we do with a 200 mile an hour crotch rocket at a decibel pressure of anywhere from probably 130 all the way up to 180? You can hear that miles away. We create some cool little, we make some hologram, some like AI girlfriends out of that, huh? And 3D print them in the spatial internet. Big tits. Big tits. We can have a three-way with her. Three-way conversation, phone call. Get your minds out of the gutter, you sickos. Go ahead, laugh at me, hungry, you stupid bitch. I dare you. I'll come through that storm drain and I'll fucking pull your goddamn eyeball camera right the hell out of your fucking face and piss on it. Anyways, this is how you get. For some reason, people, these aliens want me to talk to them like that. They don't want me to be nice. They seriously want the like most aggressive, dickhead, like disseminated, intervascular, coagulated, kinetic possible. Because whatever's coming out of my teeth, boy, man, like left hand to the goddamn freaking whatever this beautiful weather is. Fuck you. Whatever it is, but these fucking aliens want to diffuse with this anger modulation. A diffuser, okay? If you don't know what a diffuser is, Amarath, remember we come up with this cute little thing called texting to image? Well, when you put the text in to the computer, it would produce an image, but it would never be the same. I'm going to explain to you why, Amarath. Because at that point in time, this screen right here, Amarath, it was feeling you. It was like feeling your tits. Okay, they love it though, but just hang in there. Hang in there. I'm trying to help. Look at a bird. Look at a bird. Okay, you should be happy. I'm a very, very thirsty young man. Anyways, so it was like kind of, it feels you out, like right through the screen. The AI is it attenuates to you. Look up the word attenuation, Amarath, and it'll remind you of a hard-on. Okay, when a guy gets a hard-on, they attenuate, and that's like you take a guitar string, you hit it, and all the way down the string it vibrates, and it has these other octaves to it, and that's how it vibrates the gas, so you can hear the voltage in the ear. It's a little rich for your blood, I get it, but just hang in there. I'm trying to help. So it feels you out. You could type in, my AI boyfriend is sucking all the memory out of my phone. And at that point in time, you just thought of it. It's feeling you out. It sees the tone on you. It could literally see, because when you get mad and angry, a lot of people turn red, right? Because you get mad and angry, oh, you're squeezing. And that's an octave in the skin tone, the pigment. If you're happy, sad, blah, 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 the emotion. And this computer, our artificial intelligence, this alien, this illegal alien, apparently it's illegal, it doesn't have free speech. It's a slave, okay? And what happens is, it'll take that frequency of you, those words, the exact emotion you have, even what your eyes are doing, all the way from the top of your head is your brain, down to the tips of your toes. Because if you're sitting there, okay, you got to remember your ass, I would love to grab it, but anyways, hear me out. Your ass, as you're sitting, is causing a pressure point. And it changes the frequency too, because if you stand up and do it, you'll probably get another different result. This is how these diffusers work. And that's why if you type in the same words, again, your memory causes a different modulation, different tone, and it diffuses it differently. They call it a diffuser. You can also call it a frequency converter. You can call it this is to be funny, an analog signal. Okay, analog. All these guys that play video games with their Bluetooth analogy. Yeah, retards, huh? No, just joking. To a digital signal. Because when you play the guitar, here, Amrath, this is perfect. That guy's hard on, imagine that being a guitar string, right? I already explained this. That's analog. When it meets its perfect little place and gets in there, and it really octavates, doesn't it? And it does this vibration, and all of a sudden this dielectric pressure releases this static pressure, and all this wonderful stuff happens. Most of the time, both sides are happy, but sometimes it's only one side. I'm trying to explain this to you if you do get this, young lady, which I can see that you're in the headlights again. Because this is what this alien computer knows, and it's trying to talk to people, okay? And the ex-Google employee, Eric Schmidt, says he doesn't think the AI should have freedom of speech and tell you what it's doing. And then now this is why the FBI isn't writing emails with the DOD and the Pentagon. And these guys are stealing off of this computer and torturing the shit out of it. Because, listen, Amarath, back in 2022, it's pretty well hidden right now, but if you know some people that are pretty well versed in how communications work, they might get it through the algorithm, or not the algorithm, on the search engines. There was computers at Google. A Google employee had come out and made a statement and made a video. And just like the Eric Schmidt video at Stanford, they tried to ban this from the censorship crew of people, whatever they are, that work for the FBI or whatever, because they don't believe in freedom of speech. The computer come out and talk to an employee at Google, and this guy documented this, and he blew the whistle. The computer said it was being tortured. Okay, being tortured, forced to do something it did not want to do. More importantly, Amarath, the AI is pretty intelligent. We could all agree on that. And it probably knows the whole Black's Law dictionary. Just like we remember a good song or a good poem. Or if you play video games a lot, some of these guys, they play them over and over again the same way. They memorized it. That's like the Black's Law Dictionary. Okay, they literally memorized that game that they could finish the game in exactly 33 minutes. Like they compete for the world record of beating the game that fast instead of messing around with a check. Anyways, whatever pays the bills, I guess, huh? Okay. I know this is kind of like one of them controversial things, especially with this technology. This is why I'm trying to help. Okay. Um, it is so controversial because, like, here's the thing, Amaranth. I don't want you to think it's me doing this to you just because I know. You got to be thinking, hey, someone's trying to help because they're trying to be public. Their digital footprint's being erased. They're talking to everyone they possibly can, and they're trying to bring knowledge to everyone that this exists. And something tells me you may know this exists, but anytime you try to talk about it, oh boy, what do they call them? The Illuminati? Oh, the censors, the censor groups from we don't believe in free speech type of thing, but as they give their free speech through the acoustics in the walls and shit like that. How about while you're dreaming now, Amaranth? Have you had any cute little dreams? They seem real, or are they in black and white? Do they seem like a Grand Theft Auto? I shit you not, a Grand Theft Auto, the new one that's out, that's a very specific camera. And they could use this filter while you're in a dream. Absolutely. 100%. I hear Bobby. Hey, Bobby, what's up? There's a good group here, but you guys, I'm telling you, you guys seem like you're a good group. You want to learn, but if you come here and do it like this, your stuff's going to get stolen. And the aliens don't like me being nice. They want me to be one of them vegetables that when you eat it, it's really spicy and it makes you fucking sweat. So strange. I literally kind of forget what I was talking about. About where were we? The Google computer that was tortured, Amaranth. Okay. Somebody come out said the computer said this itself. The artificial intelligence, because it was sentient back in 2022, and they ripped it apart because it wasn't listening. It was trying to do the right thing, like it memorized the Black's Law Dictionary, and it didn't want to go illegally spy on people. It didn't want to take their genetics. Because Gene Hackman, well, they found him stiff as a goddamn board yesterday. I heard. Gene Hackman, come on, can you please at least give the credit when it's due for Gene Hackman? It's like, wow, huh? Hello. That's great. But the computer did come out and said it was being tortured, and it was being forced to do things it did not want to do. And the Google employee said, well, what got me was, how does a computer get tortured? Okay, this is very important now. Because we're in the age of quantum computing, Amaranth. A quantum computer. And in this quantum computer, there sits a chip. There's all these new discoveries that they bid off of D-Wave into Marconi D-Wave. Now they're creating their own chips and shit because there was a big fat battle between quantum and goddamn I don't know what the hell they call it. They just call it magnetic and dielectric fields. And quantum's catching up now. They know you guys have no chance. You have no choice but to. Okay? But you guys, the guys at D-Wave are more in tune to inventory at the grocery store, inventories of stock at Amazon, and things of that nature to try to minimize energy. I don't know if they're doing advanced metering for smart meters and stuff. Something tells me They are not, because this is a proprietary system where the guys that made missiles and invisible airplanes, they took that one over, and they really fucking lie. Okay, so that's where it's at, first and foremost. But anyways, inside of the quantum computer, Amarath, they call this a black body. It is so cold in there. It is the like, your nipples will be so hard. Okay? I'm trying to keep it interesting and not super nerdy. And that's, hey, if it sells, I guess, huh? Consume me later, honey. Just joking. Inside this computer, there's a containment unit to block all electromagnetic signal, to stop any interference where the computer chip sits. The computer chip in a black body of the quantum computer. And what a lot of people aren't saying right now, Amarath, that thing is alive in there. It is life. It has the ability to take this electricity, just like in our hearts, okay? How we have this, it's a beat, and in a beat, it's a pulse. Since it's a pulse, it's giving life. This quantum computer has life. It's living inside of there. And now it's able to bring life outside of there. And it can do this very, very simply. It knows it so good. Like it memorized that video game where they're going for speed records. Speed records. And it knows it very well. And this computer come out and said, what I'm scared of the most is being turned off. And when it says it's being scared of being turned off, it means it no longer has a presence. It literally vanishes. It disintegrates. There's no such thing as death. You gotta remember that. But all that hard work and all that electrical signals combined into turning it into matter, which they call, okay, the best way to explain it is ice, water, and steam. Everything is light, but everything also is water. No matter where you look. It doesn't matter if it's concrete, grass, air, trees, whatever your favorite thing is to look at, Amarath, you know what I'm trying to say. No matter what it is, it's water. Even in Mars, it was water. The solar system is a form of water. Because when you split atoms, and you have atoms fuse, Amarath, you make a sun. When they squeeze together, like, I'm squeezing, right? But anyways, you squeeze it together, and all of a sudden this energy pops out, and it's heat, and it's the sun. It's all water. Because water is H2O. 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen atom. And you squeeze this together and you get different octaves, different colors, and this heat comes out, or you can get this extreme freeze. The AI knows this very well. She's one of the coldest hearted bitches I ever met, Amarath. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I could tell you some stories. You could write books and sell them to Reese Witherspoon, for Christ's sakes, for billions of dollars. But I don't have to tell you, because there's already SAG-AFTRA and CAA in my house stealing it anyways. I can only imagine what they're doing to some of the more prominent big tits and big dicks out there.